time. Okay, zeepo. Yeah, Morris Smith. Is he going to accept? Nope. Okay, I'll delay, try and confuse him. Delay recapture. I'll put him in Nge2. Get this Meroxy bind. So Queen D2. Oh, I'm blundering a pawn there. Check. Winning 8 thingy. Let's not exchange off bishops. Let's just get rid of this guy somehow. Bishop on D3. How will I do that? Knight F4 to D5. Open up there. I don't know. I don't want to give the opponent dark square control by exchanging off this bishop just yet for a nebulous kingside attack. So Knight F4, there's E5 though, so what about putting the bishop at home for a moment? Okay, let's put this bishop, oh no, Knight D5. Let's try and provoke a weakness on the E file maybe. If it takes, and then Rook E1. The bishop's exerting some useful pressure on F6. So Rook E1. Is he going to play for B5? It doesn't seem that keen to be playing for B5, does he? At the moment. If I try and provoke E6 to weaken D6, Rook E1, keep Meroxy bind torture going for a little bit. So Meroxy was a classic player. Apparently, I think he had one tournament, he lost most of his games on time. Or was that Simic? No, I'm confusing it with Simic. No, Meroxy bind C4 and E4 systems. But I think someone said Botvinnik was using this idea of these two pawns a lot in practice, and there weren't that many games for Meroxy. I don't know. Meroxy bind. So, whoa! I can extend the scope with this bishop, or I can open the e-file. I'm going to go for this guy because this guy's usually bad. He's not so bad here. Okay. So I can even accelerate the bishop, bishop e5, stopping any b5s. Doing nothing much, but may add up with stuff what I am doing. f4, f6, bishop h4. You can play g5 and the second pawns get e5. I could keep that as a nagging threat, but mind you, f5, I want to be able to answer it. I'm going to take. So okay, this one. So all I've done, I've got a better bishop working with more of the pawn chain here. It's less blocked in. b5's nice actually. It's actually useful against knight e5 and knight d3s as well, stopping b5s from black. So what do I want to do here? Improve this guy? Oh, I don't want an exchange of bishops just yet, or do I? Knight f5 here is also looking dangerous. G takes queen g5, but he could just take. Queen h6, g takes. That's nothing. I'll keep this guy on. Maybe put it back on g1. I think I've gained an advantage already. Is there any need to rush this position? Put it on g1. Okay. So a4, maybe just b4, even just taking, maybe just b4, because I'm taking as rook a8. Waiting for f5, that will create some weaknesses. Ooh, d6 has just emerged. Didn't have to wait that long for d6. Well, there's a bit of f-file pressure, but really is it a big deal? What about just rook here, even better? So if takes queen d5 on d6. How will he defend d6? Oh, he's going for the king. Okay. Classic counter attack. What about bishop f2 though? Trying to evict that queen. Nothing too clever at the moment. Ooh. Now bishop f4 might be useful, so actually this might be a time to get rid of the dark square bishops. If I really have to. Otherwise bishop f4. I could take with the rook maybe. Let's keep the queen on d5. f5 might be useful to black. These knights are nicely perched on c5 and e5. So I'm actually rook e3 is reinforcing f3. I suppose rook c3 would fell tactically to something. Queen takes, rook takes, knight takes e4 maybe. There's knight takes e4 protecting c3. Otherwise there's knight g3 check, rook c8. I could play that. Do I want to play that? What about just rook? I'll just play rook e2. Just get the queens off. Oh, this is a bit dull, but I'm surely going to pick up d6 at this rate. Okay, I can pick up d6. There's always rook d8 here though. Do I want to pick up d6? f4 is knight g4 maybe. f5. I don't really want to weaken the structure. Yeah, I'm not really sure. These knights are pretty good. f4 and e5 though. What about just rook e1 then? To play f4 and e5. If I can get to play e5. Then I can get the e4 square for my own knight. Also I can get to play d6. There's knight f2s. Ooh. Uh-oh. Attack. Alert. Don't tell me I'm getting hacked after all that. Oh, trying to play positionally. Just get hacked instead as the outcome. So h3 here, there's not, nope. g3, nope. So, because there's knight f2. But other than that, it would have been a good idea. King g1. Oh, I'll play it. I'll play it. I don't like the look of it now though. Queen f3 to try and defend f2. Maybe queen g3. Try and get rid of this queen. They've even taken double pawns to stop knight f4. Was that needed? There's knight d4 is even worse, winning material. So I'm going to have to use knight e4 as a sort of... I didn't do that. So knight e4, or taking on e6. And taking on e6 and knight e4. And rook e5 there's knight f6. I think I might be back in the game. But do I want to kick this? I want to kick this guy out first. Oh, it's desperado time. King g7, knight h5. Okay, I'll double this out in 2 pawns. There's no back row mate, so I could take this, I think. Okay, can I just protect? And now let's change your prisoners. Okay, pawn behind there. King's shielded from checks at the moment. Actually, King g3 will be a shield from the checks. Okay, now h5, driving the king back. I have to take here. So we have this kind of position where I'm going to win on time. He's provisionally rated. It was his 5th game. Probably draw that broken pawn in, of course. So yeah, he got a bit of an attack, unfortunately. I thought it was all under control, but then There was method to the madness. E6 provided Queen H4. That provided Bishop H6 to F4 as a threat, and it all started to go wrong. So here, Knight D4, bang. What would I do? Knight D4, big problem. I'd have to sack the exchange. It's terrible. Okay, comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.